Hey everyone, dropping in today, just finishing up a workout here at Flex Gym in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and really got to do some good thinking during this workout. Empty gym this morning, nice and quiet, just got to blare my music and do some great thinking. And that's why working out is so important to me. It's because it's that time I get to reflect, and it's when I get to deep think, be creative. And that's why it's so important to me, even if I'm feeling down, that I come in and get my workout. And it's very important, but that's another subject for another day. I want to talk today about just some of those thoughts that popped through my head. I really got to thinking, we're finishing up season 6 of Run to Gun TV, and I was thinking all the way back to season 1 because I was doing a workout, kind of like how I worked out, 6 years ago back in season 1, and it just kind of made me, time jump all the way back 6 years. And I was thinking about so many times when I was in the gym back then, we were already kicking out the season, people were watching it, people were really enjoying it, and I'd get so much feedback, and so much of it, almost all of it positive, which was really cool. But there was always like somebody saying, hey, you should do this or you should do that. And I even think about how we filmed the show in that first season and how much alike it was from a production standpoint, like it was other TV shows. We did post-production interviews and things like that clipped into the show. And, the fitness side of things, how we did it in season 1, we actually filmed exercises that directly correlated to like a movement out in the field. And we filmed it, we kicked it out, and I watched it and I really liked it because it was different than anything out there, but from a production standpoint, it was the same. And I knew I didn't want that. I knew that wasn't my vision, but I was so new at it, I didn't know how to make what was going on in my head. But there were still people saying, that I should do this and I should do that, that they wanted more of the demonstration per exercise for a specific movement out in the field, or I should cater more to older guys, the 60, 70-year-old guys out in the field, that my workouts are too intense for that viewership model, things like that. And it was actually very difficult for me because I was so young and I was so new at this that, other people's opinions could have really swayed the outcome in the future of what Run to Gun was supposed to be and what is to be. And thankfully, I had just enough, in my head in my head what I wanted Run to Gun to continue to morph into, to not let all these outside voices influence what my vision, my dream was. And that I just knew what I wanted, and I did it the way I wanted to do it. And so if you could even go back and watch that first season, compare it to even how season 2 starts to morph into our vision a lot more. I mean, production standpoint of the show, different than anything else out there, especially as you get into season 3 and 4, you're really starting to see it. You're really starting to see the workouts, even how we stop demonstrating, hey, this exercise helps you here. It helps you step up over a log. That kind of stuff wasn't what we were trying to do. It was trying to be more of that positive influence and that really push for people to understand that they can live a life beyond the linear confines of average, and how fitness can play such a huge role in that, and the commitment and mindset shift that it can give you, to have a strong will that when things get tough, that you already have that built into you, that you have that endurance built into your mind and the willpower to push through those hard times, even when those hard times seem impossible to climb out of, that willpower is already established and brick by brick built from the bottom, that you can hold tight and stay true to yourself and do what you want to do it the way you want to do it. And that's really the point of this, is that if you have something in life, you have your own dreams, ambition, and goals, that be very wary to not listen to all these outside influences. Take them with a grain of salt. There's going to be some suggestions to you that maybe are what you need to hear. And even the ones that aren't good for your business or your goals and dreams are still sometimes good for you to hear, because it really differentiates exactly, and you know exactly what you want to do and how you're going to go about accomplish it. So sometimes it actually brings about clarity to you if you think about it like that, hey, this is actually what that person said is not what I want at all. And it'll bring you so much clarity if you choose to look at it that way. And so just do things the way that you want to do them, and believe in your visions, believe in yourself, because if you don't, you're never going to actually reach that true goal, that true dream that you're trying to achieve. I know I would have never gotten to where I am now if I would have listened to those outside influences, if I wouldn't have been true to myself in those instances. So think deep and be true to those thoughts and dreams and goals, and be patient with them, and just keep grinding, keep pushing towards them, shift everything else away, and believe in it. Do things the way you want to do them. Thanks for listening to today's podcast, you guys. I appreciate you tuning in. I know it's been a few weeks since we've had one. Super busy with the end of our deer season here, the end of filming season 6. We've been on the road so much. We should probably start doing these podcasts while we're just on the road, just to get them out there. But we want them to be, thoughtful, things that you guys can relate to and think about, and add influence and value to your everyday life. Thanks for jumping in, you guys. If you enjoyed this, if it helped you, or you know somebody that it could potentially help, share it with them. Take a screenshot here of the podcast you're listening to and share it on Instagram. It helps. We try to reach one person every single one of these to help and influence positively, one person every single time. That's the goal here, and we can't do it without your help. So we appreciate you tuning in, and we'll see you next time.